their efforts to protect the ocean.
Follow the leader. KBLA Talk 1580. Follow the leader.
If you're not following KBLA Talk 1580 on all of our socials, then you're missing out. Download our app and find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and on the web at KBLA 1580.
That's right.
Again, you can find all of our socials at KBLA 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
By the way, if you miss any of our weekday shows in real time, you can always catch up by checking out the podcasts of your favorite shows at your leisure. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Got your beer.
Following
the leader.
Oh my God. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss it. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn!
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
Have you ever heard a statement that says a couple that prays together stays together? A couple that prays together stays together. You know, in 2019, a study shows that only 11% of couples actually pray together on a daily basis. And we're not just talking about blessing the food and, you know, kind of just passive kind of prayer, or whenever there's a big problem, you run into prayer and everything. No, we're talking about actively praying together on a daily basis. In 1997, a study was done, a poll was had, and it showed that the divorce rate, right, amongst couples who pray together was 1 out of over 1,000 couples.
Wow.
The divorce rate among couples who pray together
wow.
was 1 out of every 1,000, over 1,000 couples. You know, and that shows us that there's a secret in praying together.
Yeah.
And so that is what we're going to be discussing today. Blessings and love. It is always a great day.
Wait a minute, he got to produce that report. I need 1 out of 1,000. The cup. Okay, Andy, your thought real quick.
You know, what prayer sounds like to me, as somebody, I was raised in the church too, but you know, I kind of, you can say I backslid and all that. But
that's my mama word. Don't be backsliding. Go ahead, man. I'm with you. Go ahead.
I just look at this as being intentional. You know what I'm saying? Like, God to me is just that representation of your ideal place or your ideal way of wanting to live your life. And I think the reason why those statistics are there, and this is not to diminish God's power.
Well, it's impossible
At all, right? But
atheists, you're welcome to come in too. Go ahead.
Fair enough. But I guess the way to break it down in layman terms is just, you know, being intentional. You know what I'm saying? We come together, and because when you're praying together, what are you praying about? Like, you know, what are you guys discussing? What are you guys, you know, you have to be intentional about what it is.
But see, you cooking right now. See, there you go. If you're in a relationship with another human being, you're in a relationship with problems.
Fair enough. Yes.
So most of them prayers should be about problem solving.
100%.
And healing from the problems we cause each other.
100%.
Okay. Man, thank you, Andy. Here's a prayer. We are resilient. We believe in each other. We have mutual respect for each other. When we hurt each other, we are open to rebuilding trust. You want to hear some prayers? Huh? We love ourselves individually and we love ourselves collectively. Y'all want some prayers? Write them down. Zomations. Every day together with each other is a gift from the divine. We are good right now, but we have the potential and the capacity to be better tomorrow. Y'all, are y'all listening? These are prayers. If we are to remain open to each other, we must remain open to ourselves. Y'all want some prayers? What if a couple wakes up every morning on this? Huh? Y'all want to do it or not? We have challenges, but we remain confident that we will overcome them. Can we start it off in the morning together like this? Andy is inspired. Go ahead, Andy.
Definitely inspired, but I also want to talk about a little bit of what Miss Nikki from the SIP had to say, and she kind of alluded to, like, there's a right way and a wrong way of prayer.
Yes.
Part of me wants to push back on that, and I want to push back on that only because, as somebody who was, raised in the church, I used to have issues or concerns about how do I pray, right? I can't pray like the way the preacher is praying. But some elders at the time, they told me, just have a conversation.
Yeah.
As simple as that. What you just provided just now, zomations, like, that's prayer right there too.
Right.
I don't believe that there's a wrong way to pray.
So let me give you a little insight. So from a metaphysical standpoint, and Jay from Los Angeles, I'm coming right to you right now. Everybody on the line, I'm coming. But let me give you a little context. From a metaphysical perspective, the metaphysician or the spiritualist might say, God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, only answers with yes. So if you are coming to God in fear or in lack or in doubt or with a scarcity mindset, the answer from God is yes. Right? That's how a lot of the spiritualists say it. And they'll say, you have to come with an abundant heart and ask what you want. And then, again, God, universe, whatever you want to call it, will answer yes. So God's going to give you what you want. See, I always tell people, you get what you want. Don't get it twisted. God finds a way, you get what you want. But sometimes God gives you things that you want to teach you that you really didn't want those things. You see? So again, you're going to get what you're asking for, but you have to be careful of how you ask. It can't come from begging, because that energy says, I don't have. So God is going to amplify the chase energy as opposed to, I am what I'm asking for. I need it to manifest right now.
So the right, quote unquote, wrong is more the intention, like you said, behind it,
Yes.
the spirit, right? If, like you said, if I'm coming to God with doubt is going to return, so to speak.
Right. This is what the law of attractionists say.
Okay.
Like, don't write your business plan fearful.
Understood.
Because now you're writing fear into the business plan.
Understood.
Which is a chink in the armor of the business plan. You see? Don't come to God in fear. Why would you go to God in fear? There's no need to fear your Father, right? Source. I'm just, y'all don't have to agree with none of this. You wake up with your wife and your girlfriend, you say, today we are successful regardless of the challenges. Right? You understand? We are capable of overcoming anything. We are the manifestation of healing. Our past does not define our now. Somebody meme it. Our past does not define our now. The mistakes and the hurt we have brought to one another does not contaminate and cannot contaminate the full potential of our union. It can cause a setback, and we can strengthen it by ruminating on it, or we can learn from it and become better because of it. I know people ain't ready for this. Today, this morning, baby, you and I will embrace the best parts of us. Listen to me. Today, you and I will spend time with our wounded inner child. Listen, these are affirmations, man. Jay, get back in here, man, and finish your thought.
Brother Zoe, you cooking. You cooking, brother.
I'm trying.
But see, the thing is, it leads credence to what I was saying earlier. It says in the Bible, faith without works is dead. If there is no power behind your prayer, if there is no strength or belief behind what you're praying in, then you might as well be ordering a pizza, because you're basically using your words and there's nothing behind it to actually bring forth the manifestation of what you're actually praying for. That's why I say, as far as like being in a couple and praying with another person, that person not only has to be of like mind, but like moral and spirit. They have to have the same type of mentality you have, or a similar mentality, to where you both can pray together and accomplish what it is that you're aiming for.
So let me say this, Jay.
And
I agree and disagree with that point. And I'll tell you why.
Speak on it, brother.
Because sometimes we trying to vet out somebody's spirit and we haven't vetted out our own. And it's hard for us to ascertain the spiritual development of another. It's hard for us to ascertain the spiritual development of ourselves. So when you say we got to be in the same moral compass, listen, the only way to be on the same page with another human being is to agree on ideas.
Yes.
DC, you got that idea? You believe in that idea? Yeah, I believe in that idea. But that doesn't mean we're aligned. See, alignment is a spiritual thing where sometimes there is a wordless or an ineffable knowing that you guys are locked. See, let me just, boy, I don't want to get too...
No, go there, brother. I mean,
listen,
we having a discussion.
I got to do it now. I got to do it. Me and a loved one, we argue like cats and dogs.
Mm-hmm.
But even in the harshest arguments, the love is there, baby. we'll be right there. Yeah. The love is there. And if there's any stronger adhesive than love, point it out. So that be the thing that draws us back to even just to have a phone conversation. Do you see what I'm saying? So again, most people can agree ideologically, but when you align on some love, on some spirit, you know it. There's you can't even put it into words. You just know, like, man, there's a bond here that no matter what we go through, even if we fall apart and go our separate ways, we're still connected. Do you understand? That is the fuel you tap into to build your affirmation, to build your prayer, and then to rebuild your relationship. Brother Jay, you know what you just did, man?
I brought LA into the building. We in here.
Los Angeles is in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. The protocol, let's get it.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580. Environmental justice, pollution, and climate. In Los Angeles and across America, people of color are suffering and dying from disproportionate health impacts on a planet that has less than 10 years to prevent irreversible damage. Heat illnesses, respiratory illnesses, water-related illnesses, food system impacts, insect-related diseases, black maternal health, and mental health effects. As the impacts of climate change mount, millions of vulnerable people, our people, are going to bear the brunt of these extreme environmental events, which will likely lead to forced displacement, loss of cultural identity, and other related risks. These realities are as real as rain. Stay tuned to KBLA Talk 1580 for more details about the most progressive multimedia and live events campaign any black media outlet has ever undertaken to combat the climate catastrophe. Experts, events, empowerment. It's all on the way from unapologetically progressive KBLA Talk 1580. We don't black down. We level up.
Level up, 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 level up.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA reminds you that when we fight, we win, and we don't black down. LA Community Action Network, or LA CAN, was formed in 1999 when 25 residents of downtown LA came together and acknowledged the problems that existed in their community and made a commitment to do something about those problems, to stand together, organize, and become a force in the community that demands change. Civil rights and preventing the criminalization of poverty are their core projects. In addition, they take on women's rights, the human right to housing, and healthy food access. LA CAN also has projects focused on economic development, civic participation, voter engagement, and community media. While downtown LA remains their home base, with a particular emphasis on the Skid Row community, in 2007, they expanded their housing and healthy food access work into South Central Los Angeles. LA CAN believes that power for low-income people and people of color is achieved through a large, active, and well-informed member base that utilizes a multitude of methods to advance their messages and goals. If you'd like to join the Los Angeles Community Action Network and organize people to fight back against oppression, please visit cangress.org. That's cangress.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
We got to pray just to make it today. I said we pray. Oh yeah, we pray. We got to pray just to make it today. All my life I wanted to make it to the top. Some said I wouldn't, they told me no, but I didn't stop. Working hard, making those moves every day. And on my knees every night, you know I pray. I said we pray. Oh yeah, we pray. We got to pray just to make it today. I said we pray. Ladies and gentlemen, the VOR live from KBLA Talk 1580. We turned up tonight. MC Hammer was the coldest gangster hip-hop has ever seen. Don't ever hate on hip-hop or MC Hammer. Don't ever hate on MC Hammer. I don't want to hear it. In the 90s, I produced all of the music for MC Hammer's cartoon, Hammerman. And he even did some voices on the Hammerman cartoon. Huh?
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you for doing that, because Hammerman was my cartoon as a kid.
Do you understand?
Salute, my brother.
All them beats, man. Do you guys remember the DJ from the group Sugar Ray? So Sugar Ray is a rock group, but they had a black DJ. The DJ is DJ Homicide. He from Pasadena. So I called DJ Homicide when another DJ that I had hired to do the gig, fell through. I said, Homicide, you want to make $500? He was like, yeah. DJ Homicide came down and said, bring your break beats. And we went to this production place in off of Lancashire in North Hollywood somewhere, working with these white guys, and they were putting the keyboards on top of it, and we was looping up all the beats. Grab that break beat, use
that, use this, use that. And they would play keyboards over it. And even Stan the Guitar Man, that is famous from NWA production, came in and laid some guitar on top. Your boy Zoe Williams, man, I've been doing this for a long time. Hammerman, them beats is mines. Anyway, we turned up tonight. Tonight's topic is great, true or false. The couple that prays together stays together. Great topic. We got a lot of callers on. Who's been on the longest? Attila from Houston, Texas. Get in here.
Uncle Zoe,
yes.
How are you?
I'm hanging. How are you enjoying the topic? What are your thoughts?
Oh, man, I have so many thoughts. Let me start with this. I want to say thank you to Nikki, all right? The prayers of the righteous availeth much, and that is just so powerful and true. Mm-hmm. Secondly, I want to say, Uncle Zoe, I don't know your situation. I don't know what you're going through, but I just want to say that your life and your light is a testament to all of us watching. So even in whatever pain, whatever it is you're going through,
Hallelujah.
Like, we're learning from you. So, and I know that that's not a comfortable position to be in, but I'm pretty sure you're going to look back on this and be like, man, like, it makes so much sense now. So I just want to say that.
Oh, no, we're going to be good. I ain't even tripping now. But what are your thoughts on the topic?
My bad, Uncle Zoe. You know I got love for you. But,
yes.
Okay, so on the topic, I think that your prayer life is a direct reflection of your self-love journey because I've noticed with myself, like, the more that I've had to come into understanding and accountability of how I've shown up, the more grace that I'm willing to give to partners, right? Family, friends, whomever. And so I think when it comes to prayer in general, you know, it's best if that starts before the relationship even begins. Because anytime you're cultivating a soul connection, you're going to have an adversary that is trying to destroy the thing that is for your highest good.
Attila,
so, and even if that adversary is you.
Attila, would you say that sometimes we have a sex connection before we have a soul connection? Talk to me.
Come on now. Come on now. We got to be careful with these bonds, man. We got to be careful. Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't even think people really consider a spiritual connection because, again, it starts with self. If you're spiritually connected with self, you're not going to want to bind yourself to just anybody. You know, there's going to be kind of a pause there. And so, you know, you're praying for that guidance and leading you to the right individual.
I love it. I love it. You know what you just did, right? You know?
I brought Houston in the building.
Houston, Texas is in the building. Where is your city? Don't you want your city to join this national discussion? If you don't, I do. The number to dial is 1-800-920-1580. Get to your phone lines. Get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. Let's have this talk. Reggie, Austin, Texas. Get in here.
What's up, man?
How are you, brother?
I'm good, bro. I really think that getting together is one thing, staying together is another thing. And if our prayers are for our will, that's one thing. If the prayers are for God's will, our highest will, then that's another thing. So you may get together because God will give you the desire of your heart. But if you aren't meant to be together, then you can't will what is not meant to be. And you can't fool yourself into thinking that you can. That's just the truth. As far as God is concerned, or prayer is concerned, you can look at God differently. Like, both of y'all can look at God as being something different. Do you look at God as being some strict parent? Do you look at God as being a friend that walks with you? And if you look at God as being a strict parent, are you looking at God as being your parent? So are you, you know what I'm saying? So is your image of God a reflection of the parent that you had? And you got to ask yourself some questions like, are you really being honest with yourself and seeing this lens clearly, or are you clouding it with your own stuff?
Most of us are clouding it with our own stuff. You know that.
Absolutely.
Yes,
and
you know that.
I mean, I think that, you know, stillness gets you to a point where you can say, okay, this is not God, this is me, and let me get out of my way.
Absolutely. Really quickly, Ghetto Gourmet just reminded me, we got to do this. Rest in peace, Bishop Pearson, right? Bishop Pearson.
Absolutely.
Listen, if it wasn't for Bishop Pearson, we wouldn't know T.D. Jakes. Let's just be honest. T.D. Jakes got his start on Bishop Pearson's show. Let's just remember that, okay? It's a lot of people that got their start with Bishop Pearson. So rest in peace, good brother, as Ghetto Gourmet just told us. Job well done, Bishop Pearson.
Yep.
If it wasn't for you, a lot of brothers would not have had that opportunity to spread the word and get out there and speak on God. So just, you might not agree with his philosophy or his ideology. That don't matter. He gave you an opportunity. And if you say my opportunity came from God, then God used him as an instrument for your opportunity. Show respect. That's all.
There it is.
Now, Reggie, you're going to have to lead us in prayer as you get off the phone.
Oh, man. All right, let's go.
Let's go. Hit us up, Red.
All right. Gracious God, we thank you just for your presence in this world and in this on this line. It's by your presence that we're able to stand and be ourselves and not be ashamed of who we are. We thank you, God, for all that you do with us and for us, and even in spite of us. For our will doesn't stop your will. We ask that we become more kind than nice, because niceness will give us what we desire, but kindness will give us what we need. And so we thank you for giving us exactly what we need in ways that we can't understand right now. Bless us in our coming and in our going, that we might be better leaving than we came. In your name we pray. Amen.
Hey, Reggie!
Come on, man. Really, man.
Reggie, man, you know what you just did.
Brought Austin in the building.
Austin, Texas is in the building. You want to bring your city in the building? All you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. Listen, I want to grab Truemonger right now, but we cutting it, True. So True, this is what we'll do. Just hang tight. I'm going to grab you, and I'm staying on point on the other side. But let me share something with you. Right? Let me share something with you. I want you guys to hear something. And it's going to be tough, but people have this negative view of religion, and they should. A lot of people have died over religion. Can we just be honest? A lot of people died over religion. But let me tell you, there's something about connecting with God. There's something about connecting with God. Don't worry about the dogma. Don't worry about the principles or the theology of it. Don't worry about that. But there's something about discovering the divine within you and being able to have a relationship with it and cultivate a conversation with that divine spark. When we come forward, the voice of reason shall continue to cook.
He's on fire tonight. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Doug Davis with the latest from the Black Information Network. The U.S. is continuing to push for the extension of humanitarian pauses in fighting between Israel and Hamas. More than 100 hostages held by Hamas have been released since the temporary ceasefire went into effect last week. The truce was extended for a seventh day today. The House Minority Leader says the Democrats have no official position on the expulsion of New York Republican George Santos. Hakeem Jeffries, who was black, told reporters today that the vote set for Friday is an issue of conscience. On this day in history in 1971, the television movie Brian Song aired on ABC. The story was based on the relationship between Chicago Bears running back Gale Sayers, who was black, and Brian Piccolo, who died of cancer. Also on this day in history in 1982, Michael Jackson released his sixth studio album, Thriller, selling more than 120 million copies. It's the best-selling album of all time. And that is the latest. I'm Doug Davis from the Black Information Network and BINnews.com.
The Monterey Bay Aquarium is more than a place to learn about ocean animals. They're also working to inspire conservation of the ocean by stopping plastic pollution, supporting sustainable seafood, and minimizing our carbon footprint. Join them in their efforts to protect the ocean.
Follow the leader.
KBLA Talk 1580.
Follow the leader.
If you're not following KBLA Talk 1580 on all of our socials, then you're missing out. Download our app and find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and on the web at KBLA 1580.
That's right.
Again, you can find all of our socials at KBLA 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
By the way, if you miss any of our weekday shows in real time, you can always catch up by checking out the podcasts of your favorite shows at your leisure. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Got your beer. Follow the leader. Oh my God. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
Did you know there's a way to outsmart COVID if you get it? Now there are medicines that can treat COVID, whether or not you've been vaccinated, which is great news, especially if you're over 50. If taken in the first 5 days of having symptoms, COVID medicines can help stop the illness from getting serious. Call a healthcare provider or the statewide COVID hotline at 833-422-4255 to learn more about COVID medicines. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Legal Aid Foundation of Los Angeles is a nonprofit law firm that protects and advances the rights of the most underserved, leveling the playing field and ensuring that everyone can have access to the justice system. Every year, LAFLA provides free, high-quality legal services to more than 100,000 people living in poverty across greater Los Angeles. Their unique combination of neighborhood offices, self-help centers at courthouses, and domestic violence clinics puts Legal Aid Foundation of Los Angeles on the front lines in vulnerable communities and at the forefront of change. LAFLA's expert team of attorneys, paralegals, and support staff works to provide direct representation, offer counsel and advice, provide referrals, and educate the community about their legal rights through workshops and seminars. With locations all over LA, you can access their services or volunteer to help no matter where you live. And if you have an urgent issue, call 213-235-0060. That's 213-235-0060. To get legal help, make a donation, or volunteer, visit LAFLA.org. LAFLA.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
Hi, Maisha Cairo here, KBLA, live at Chase Bank on Crenshaw and Vernon for the In This Together tour with female business owners, a day of empowerment, community panels, and best of all, tips on building business from marketing to capital. I was able to speak with Kate Luzio, former banking executive and now owner of Luminary, who partnered with Chase for this tour. She makes it her business to build community for business owners.
Yes, so I was a banker for 20 years before I decided to become an entrepreneur. 7 of those years were actually at JP Morgan Chase. One of the biggest things that I had going into my entrepreneurial journey was a big background in banking.
So what advice are you giving business owners looking for financial backing today?
So Chase brings in so much knowledge and the opportunity to understand what financial tools are out there for business owners to build, grow, and scale their business. A lot of business owners will say, well, I need to get a loan immediately. Well, you wouldn't just lend money to your friend if you didn't know why they needed it. I tell every business owner, you need a business plan, you need financial projections, you need a banker. Because you have to start building a relationship with a banker so that they get comfortable with how you're going to build that business and so that they can eventually support you in different ways.
Makes sense. So visit the Chase Community Center on Crenshaw and Vernon. Meet a banker today. Tell them about your business. I'm Aisha Cairo in the community for KBLA with JP Morgan Chase.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions because we've got your black. Listen up. If you're one of the more than 100,000 California tenants who were rejected or delayed when applying for COVID rental assistance, you've got a second chance. Under the terms of a new settlement, California's Housing and Community Development Department agreed to audit its past denials. The program ended in March 2022, but the advocacy groups, Alliance of Californians for Community Empowerment, Policy Link, and Strategic Actions for a Just Economy sued the department. According to the coalition's analysis of state data, the department rejected nearly 30% of all applicants. Under the settlement, the department agreed to clear all renters in the pipeline within 6 months. The settlement applies to anyone who sought assistance from the state's Housing is Key program before April 1st, 2022, whose applications is pending or was denied after June 6, 2022. Tenants who have questions about the status of their application can call the hotline at 833-430-2122. That's 833-430-2122. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm calling you up. 'Cause I need love that day, and I need it right away. I'm calling you up. 'Cause I need to hear the doctor's voice to breeze
So I got this two-timing chick who got her revenge from when I was on my two-time tip. And even when I tried to correct it, she couldn't get past how she was disrespected. Neglected my effort, a pair with no trust. Dirty games and affairs that been tearing us up. If things ain't picture perfect, is it really worth it? I have an idea, but I need to know for certain.
I'm calling you up. 'Cause I need love that day, and I need it right away. I'm calling you up. 'Cause I need to hear the doctor's voice to breeze
Praying together as a couple establishes your humanness. That you're saying to the Creator that we're your creatures and we're dependent upon you. There's a certain sense of human humility going on there when you pray together as a couple. Secondly, there's an indication of dependency. That you want to wrap God into this mix. That you want to braid Him in. And by praying together, inviting Him into your relationship, it's a beautiful thing. So prayer is healthy for that reason as well. Prayer is also critical in a couple because what happens is you can lay down your concerns and frustrations. You can pray about the issues between you, and you can pray about the issues you're facing as a couple that are outside your own sphere of heart and soul space, but there are things around you, there's circumstances that are pressing in on you, and you can pull together in unity as you pray together. And prayer does a wonderful thing of bringing a real connection, soul to soul, as husband and wife pray together. And yeah, there's some ways to get started.
Whoa, I loved it. I loved every bit of it. Tonight's topic, man, has, it's nuanced, it's rich. Let's go even deeper. Are you guys familiar with the author of the book, Autobiography of a Yogi? The book was written by one of the first recognized gurus from the Far East, right? That to come to America and be recognized by Congress. They knew he was coming. And he has a very interesting story. He comes from a lineage of gurus that goes back to one particular guru by the name of Babaji. Now, Babaji is classified as a certain type of avatar. The word avatar in the Sanskrit language means the descent of the divine down into a body, right? In other words, divinity, God, incarnates in a body. That is an avatar. Now, many people are used to avatar in the social media sense. What's your avatar? You put up a picture, that kind of thing. But the word avatar is actually a Sanskrit term, and it means the descent of the divine into a body. Now, this concept is prevalent in many religions. Jesus is the same example of the descent of the divine down into a body. In Islam, it's illa mutajessada. Jasada is the word for body. Jasad, illa mutajessad. Allah incarnated in a body. Now, most Muslims won't agree with that, but that's how you say it, right? This Paramahansa Yogananda was his name. His book, Autobiography of a Yogi, was the only book on Steve Jobs' iTunes, right? That was the only book he had on his iTunes. This is a very powerful book. I suggest everybody read it. He was a very powerful yogi, and he established an ashram here in Southern California in Mount Washington, Glendale, Eagle Rock area. And they're just a very powerful being, man. And look up his death. When they say he died, they said it took his body 21 days to decompose over here at Forest Lawn. I want to read a prayer. This is how he prayed. He said, "Awaken my heart. Awaken my soul. Ignite my darkness. Tear the veil of silence and fill my temple with thy glory. Heavenly Father, charge my body with thy vitality. Charge my mind with thy spiritual power. Charge my soul with thy joy. Thine immortality, O Father, thine unlimited and all-healing power is in me." Now, I don't care what your religion is. You can't tell me that's not a powerful prayer. You can't tell me that that's not a powerful prayer. And if a couple is waking up to each other every morning, speaking that kind of power into each other, imagine the quality of the relationship. See, it's easy to get into a relationship and be on autopilot. We like each other. We vibe with each other. We're going to spend time with each other. We're going to go out with each other. We're going to have sex with each other. We're going to laugh with each other. We're going to start arguing. We're going to break down. But what have you done to build it up? Can you imagine saying those kind of words to each other? I'm going to tell you, damn what you've been through, you're going to be able to get through talking to each other like that. Somebody meme it. Damn what you've been through, you're going to be able to get through talking to each other like that. Do you understand? Wayne Dyer says it this way: if prayer is you talking to God, then intuition is God talking to you. Somebody meme it. That's Wayne Dyer. I don't know if y'all ready for this kind of work. Are y'all ready for this work? Somebody talk to me. Are y'all ready for this work? You have to recognize that God isn't something outside of you, a cosmic bellboy to whom you pray in order to get this or that, if you do the right things. Those kinds of understandings are all ego talk. Everybody, you, me, Osama bin Laden, Adolf Hitler, we all come from the same source. Then Listen to what he says now. Then we took on these egos and began to practice all kinds of things based in not having reverence for life, whereas that which is God has reverence for all life. All excuses are nothing more than misalignments with God. See, I don't know if you guys are really ready to have these kind of conversations in your relationship. See, religion is not just something you practice. Religion is something you become. The belief system is something you become. It's not just, oh, I got to do this so I can ensure that I don't go to hell. No. You got to become salvation. You got to become redemption. You got to become love. You got to become understanding. You have to become compassion. Many people have not become these things, and this is why their relationships have a shelf life the same as tomatoes. Relationship go bad like produce. I know people don't want to hear it put that way, but how much of this are you putting into each other? First, yourself, then your partner. And is it being reciprocal? To me, that is a relationship. A relationship with God is the same as a relationship with your wife, the same as a relationship with your husband, the same as a relationship with yourself. You're not in relationship with your woman if you can't see God in her. You're not in a relationship with your man if you can't see God in him. I didn't forget my caller's Truemonger. I see you. I'm coming right to you, brother. Truemonger, get on the line, man. Truemonger be cut down.
What's up, man?
How you doing, man? What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
I'm good, man. I think prayer is necessary regardless of what your religion is, if you even claim one. Whether you're single or in a relationship, you're always in a relationship with yourself and God, whoever you consider to be God. You're always in a relationship. So praying is very important. I converse with God all day.
Me too.
I mean, all day. You know, but I think people get it mixed up. They think they have to perform a certain way or have to pray a certain way. It should come from the heart. It may not always sound politically correct, but you're speaking true to self. And whatever you consider God is going to understand that. Now, whether you get the answers you want is going to be a different story, because you may not be ready for what you get. But you pray for the strength to handle whatever comes your way. Because it's gonna be adversity no matter what you do, no matter what religion you claim or how you conduct yourself. There's always gonna be something.
Yes.
So if you're with a partner, it's best to communicate those issues and be prepared to put in some work. Pray about it, talk about it, discuss it, come up with solutions. All that ties into it.
True is
it's not a performance with me.
Yes, keep going. True, keep going.
It's not a performance for me. That takes away from it being genuine. All the hooting and hollering and whatnot. Now, if that's actually genuine, cool. But I think a lot of people just be putting on an act, trying to get you to act a certain way because they're too busy being judgmental if you don't do it the way they want you to do it. And I've kind of figured that out a long time ago because it was on my spirit never to bind myself to a religion. Learn from all of it. And just like with anything else, apply what's going to be useful for you and discard the rest.
I love it.
That's my approach.
I love it. Brother, guess what you just did?
Just brought Dallas in the building.
Dallas, Texas is in the building, man. I appreciate that, man. Listen, if you want to bring your city in the building, I'm going to Long Beach when we come back. But let me just say this real quick.
Earlier I said, if you can't see God in your wife, you're not in a relationship with her. And if she can't see God in you as her husband or a boyfriend or a man or whatever, then you're not in a relationship. Being able to see God in your partner is also the ability to be able to overcome the humanity that encases the... Okay, when we come forward, the voice of reason is going to the LBC.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Did you know addiction to drugs like meth or cocaine is a disease and not a choice? But getting help is. If you have stimulant use disorder, you, your family, and friends may have a lot of questions, including where to start. Choose Change California can help. Make a change today and find a proven treatment option for you at choosechangeca.org.
Some people won't give you the real talk on drugs, but it's time we know the facts. Fentanyl is killing people. It's a powerful opioid, often made illegally and commonly mixed with illicit drugs. It can even be pressed into counterfeit pills that resemble prescription medications. Just 2 milligrams, about the size of a few grains of sand, can potentially be lethal. This isn't an ad to scare you, but it is an ad to make you think twice. Get the facts. Go to realdealonfentanyl.com. This message is brought to you by the Ad Council.
Now. We tend not to think about now. We dream about tomorrow, relive yesterday. But right now in front of us is victory over cancer. Right now, cancer research funded by the V Foundation is leading to better treatments and saving lives. Victory over cancer is there for the taking by you, because today's cancer research is tomorrow's victory. Learn more at v.org.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
If you're like me, 60 and retired, making ends meet, especially here at the supermarket and drugstore, is tough. I'm so blessed to have found benefitscheckup.org. It's a free and confidential website from the National Council on Aging that connected me to $1,200 a year in programs that help pay for food, medicine, utilities, and more. Maybe it can help you. benefitscheckup.org.
Anyone can choose to make a difference. You can help people succeed, rebuild after disasters, protect the environment, or feed the hungry. Not only will you make a difference for others, but for yourself. You can earn money for college, learn career skills, and make friendships that last a lifetime. Make a difference. Choose your future. Choose America.
Only 1 in 5 people with autism are employed, despite many having the skill set and desire to work.
Maybe it's because employers don't know what kind of jobs they can do. Like, what about a programmer?
That's a job for someone with autism.
How about a healthcare worker?
Yep, that is too. People with autism can do a lot of different jobs, but often get overlooked due to outdated stigmas. Introducing WIN by Autism Speaks. We help businesses lead the way in inclusive hiring.
What about a ranch hand?
To learn more, go to autismspeaks.org/win.
You know you want some more. More. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Say bless, say bless, yeah!
Ladies and gentlemen, the VOR up and away. We up in here. This is a great topic, man. We explored a lot. And nobody's an expert or an aficionado on any of this. You can't be an expert. I'm going to tell you right now, you can't be an expert on God. Ooh, I know y'all ain't ready to hear it. Let me get my final caller in here. I'm staying on point. Long Beach, LBC. Get in here. What are your thoughts?
Alafia family.
Alafia.
And to you, though, I say I pray for peace, clarity, and soul restoration for you.
Ashe.
Ashe.
Yes. Yes.
Ashe. Be quick in the chat. I just simply stated that I need, it's a necessity for me to have a partner that is able to pray for me when I am unable to pray for myself. When I am in the state of being human, I need someone to be able to recognize that and pray me back to position. Not just look at me as if, hey, you're an alien. What's wrong with you now? I need somebody to be able to go in, tap into that frequency, and bring me home back.
Wow. Listen, pray me up out of it. Because right now, I can't do it for me. Pray me up out of it. That's love to me. Sometimes we get caught sitting and watching our partner go through it. And not only do we sit and watch, we might sit, watch, judge, categorize, and then have something to blame them about. You understand what I'm saying? As opposed to saying, you know what? I'm connected to God. Let me intercess, right? I'm an intercessor.
Yes.
Or let me stand in the gap. If he's struggling or if she's struggling, let me stand in the gap. Listen, if your woman don't stand in the gap for you, in advocacy of you at the feet of God, is that your woman? Woo. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm staying on point, broad. LBC in the building. I want to share a few things. Engaging in joint prayer can create a sacred space for couples to share their innermost thoughts and feelings, forging a spiritual connection that can transcend the everyday challenges of life. This shared purpose strengthens the foundation of their relationship. Listen to me now. I'm not talking just about dogma or theology. Can you write a prayer for your relationship that is authored by your hand? That's what do you understand? Research suggests that couples who pray together experience higher levels of marital satisfaction and commitment. Let's just say relational satisfaction, right? Clinical studies confirm this, right? They confirm, or clinical studies affirm the positive correlation between joint prayer and marital satisfaction. The act of prayer becomes a shared experience that reinforces commitment and contributes to a more fulfilling relationship. If your partner don't want to pray with you, they might have commitment issues. If they don't want to pray with you, for you, and the relationship, or if they just want to pray for you on their own, but not with you for the betterment of the relationship, they might have commitment issues. And they might need prayer for that. The act of prayer inherently value, I can't even get it out. I'm going to stop. Pray for your partners, people. We start the conversations. You end the conversations, okay? We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. This is my final show of the week. Up next is my good friend, Miss Monroe. RSVP with Jill Monroe. The fire shall continue. You guys continue this conversation in your lives. I'll see you next week with 4 more heaters.